Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the all-new Lambrate Absoluteshell Jacket from Dainese. Now, Dainese always makes something for the European market that I think looks fantastic, and the Lambrate is definitely one of those jackets in that line. I think it has a great scooter-style look to it, very military-esque, but it's going to be 2 to 3 season cold weather riding. So this is someone who's pushing into the colder months of the year, but looking for a nice stylish jacket with some protections built in, but really looking at some storage options as well as that protection from the elements. I really dig it. I know these styles don't typically do well in the US just because it is designed for more urban, more around the town and slower speed riding, but I really dig the overall look they're going with this military inspired styling. Before I talk about all the features that we have with this new jacket, let's talk about the overall fit. I have Norman on my left. He is 6'3", 220 pounds with a 44-inch chest, currently wearing the size 54. Now, if you look at Dainese's size chart, that would actually have him in a 56 with his chest measurement, but he is currently wearing the 54, which is much closer to a true fit, and he still has a little bit of room, even with that liner system inside of it, that thermal liner. He has that in, still has a nice relaxed look to it, so if you are looking at the size chart, take your measurements, reference that chart, and I would say go one full size down. 54 is typically what we have Norman here in Dainese's line, and this is no exception here. When we're looking at the main construction throughout this entire jacket, you are looking at a polyester main construction. It is going to have a CE level A abrasion rating. So it's not going to be AA like we see from a lot of other options out there, but that's why I aim for more inner city, riding around town, anything like that. Lower speeds is where that CEA is still going to really shine out when it comes to hitting the deck if you should go down. You do get that waterproof Absoluteshell main construction on the inside. That is a laminated waterproof from Dainese. That's actually the top waterproof liner that they have out there, which is really, really powerful when it comes to keeping water out, but also allowing air to exhaust out if you are sweating inside of it, or if there's a lot of heat build up from hotter or warmer air, it will allow it to escape out there while keeping you dry from the elements. That is laminated to the exterior, and you do get a full sleeve drop thermal destination liner, which I think actually looks pretty dope. We'll look at that when we get into the inside, as well as a little bit of a thermal collar around the inside there. So we'll talk about that once we get inside, just because it's easier to show you and zip it out. But starting up at the top, you do have a 2.5-inch tall touring style collar, really just protecting the neck in those colder elements, allowing the helmet to come down over there and keep the wind off of you. There is a thermal ring inside there that's going to be something you can snap out just to keep it a little bit more protective. It's not part of the thermal liner. You can see it peeking out on the side here. That's something you can actually remove on its own if you want to do that. Coming down the sleeves and working our way down the side, at the shoulders, you do have CE Level 1 Pro Armor from Dainese. You get that at the shoulder as well as the elbow. I love seeing this. Dainese is known to use their composite armor, which is great. I think goes a little bit more towards the sportier market, but with this nice Pro Armor, it is soft, it is malleable, plenty of ventilation through there, so it's not going to build up heat underneath of it, and I like this in their more casual lineups out there. So Dainese, if you're listening, please do keep using the Pro Armor. On the outer sleeve, you do have a pop of reflective, a little bit of pre-curve, and when I say a little bit, I mean as bare minimum as you can get, because again, this is maybe designed for more scooter riders, someone riding more of an upright bike around town, so they don't have too much pre-curve like we see with their sport line, so I really dig that, nice and comfortable. And when we get down to the base, you do have a snap closure at the cuff, just to make sure that that is nice and cinched up against your skin, or if you're putting a glove under or underneath of it to protect the elements, you do have that option. Looking at the front of the chest, I did mention it before, you get a 2-snap position up at the collar, and you have a 2-way zipper. So you have a zipper that goes down from the top as well as zips up from the base, so you can adjust the fitment there. 2 sets of pockets up at the chest with a little bit of asymmetry when it comes to the styling. You do have snaps and a fold over flap on the left side as well as a zipper on the right side. And then you have 2 top loading zipper pockets down where the hand warmers would be. And you can see really just a longer extended out torso length, again, trying to cover as much of the body as possible. Can you go ahead and turn to the left and hit that riding position for me? At the riding position, you'll see that pop of reflective I talked about. You couldn't really see it from the front angle. You get a little bit of that there. Not much stretch or anything on the sides, but you do have a little Dainese logoing. I like that they moved that off to the side just to keep the overall classic military design to the jacket, and a nice long side just to have some coverage. I will say on the inside, no adjusters or anything like that on the outside, but on the inside you have a cinch cord that runs around the inside, so you can pull it in at the true waist if you need to get rid of a little bit of slack. Go ahead and turn to the back for me, Norm. At the back, you do have more reflective here with that tall collar. You have reflective at the upper spine, pocket for a back protector, which you're definitely going to want to add in there if you are picking up this jacket. It does not come with one, so make sure you're adding that in there. And a nice clean back with a very, very low drop seat. Again, running at more of a longer jacket than we've seen from traditional riding jackets out there. You can go ahead and spin to the front and go ahead and unzip. Let's show them the interior of this one. Like I said, it is a destination thermal liner that we're going to see in just a couple seconds, which I really dig. I think that when Dainese tries, when it comes to their thermal liners, they do extremely well. You can actually see it's got some finished logos on the top, but you can wear this around camp. You can wear this if you're running into work and getting off the bike and just take out the outer coat when you get there. I think they do a great job with destination liners when they start trying, so I really dig that they add that in there. And I told you I'd give you a peek at the collar. Again, you can snap out this little piece of thermal up the top if you don't want all that extra material inside there, or if it's just a slightly warmer day and you want to run without the thermals, you can pop that out. But underneath here, you got the mesh liner. You can almost see the lamination of that Absolute Pro shell to the polyester on the outside through the mesh liner in there. Nice mesh just to keep the air flowing inside of it. That cinch cord around the true waist that I talked about before, but no connection systems inside to connect it to a pair of pants, no belt loops, anything like that. So keep that in mind. You can go ahead and zip that up for me. But there you have the Lambrate. Again, I think for a colder weather, stylish European look to it for anybody out there that might be riding a scooter or just zipping around town, I like the overall style. I don't think even on camera the green is going to get much justice on how cool it looks with the two-tone green on the outside. The overall styling, and again, just the trench coat style length to it, I really dig what Dainese is doing here. Coming in around that $570 price point, so it is up there in price, but you are getting a lot of features when it comes to the battling the elements out of it versus battling, say, going down and hitting the deck. But if you have any other questions here, go ahead and click that info button. That's going to take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about this new jacket. If you still have questions after that, or if you have questions on sizing, reach out to our customer service agents. They are all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining Norman and I and checking out the all-new Dainese Lambrate Absoluteshell Pro Jacket. I'm Pat. I'll see you in the next video.